We got an Arby's manager who has just been charged with felony poison because she ended up spitting in a customer's food and the customer got herpes. Yeah, I said that right. I said that right. Herpes.
Now to a story we all wish would be just a gross urban legend. But in McCurtain County, a former Arby's manager is charged with felony poisoning, accused of spitting in a woman's food and giving her herpes as a result. After a long night bartending, Jenica Church stopped at Arby's in Broken Bow.
It was taking a little bit of time. Thought they were probably mad at me because it was right about to close.
Jenica said she had some history with Amanda Hendricks, the manager, but nothing major. She went home, ate, and shared sandwiches with her father-in-law and grandmother-in-law. Jenica, her husband, the kids, and the grandparents all lived together. After that night, Jenica's mouth began to flare up like it never had before. The doctor diagnosed her with herpes.
Now, for first things first, I want to know how she knows that she got the herpes from her. Did they compare the strains? And the strains were alike. They never had been intimate, or her husband had never been intimate. Because I didn't even know herpes can pass like that. But that's crazy. Let's keep going.
Times a week, I get a flare up. It goes all the way up to the top of my eye twitches. I mean, it's very painful.
You're probably wondering, how could she possibly connect herpes to Arby's? Broken Bow is a small town. Jenica says Amanda Hendricks was bragging about spitting in her sandwiches that night, and Jenica's daughter heard the story. According to the affidavit, Broken Bow police say they pulled cameras and saw Amanda spitting in the food. She's charged with felony poisoning with intent to injure. A warrant has been issued for her arrest. You hear that as like a tale that wouldn't happen.
That's literally what I was just about to say. Like, people say, oh, we'll spit in your food or whatever, but I've never seen that happen.
Jenica and her family filed a lawsuit against Amanda, Arby's, and affiliated restaurant groups, claiming extreme anxiety, emotional distress, and fear of infection. Jenica fears it'll impact her service industry work.
Personally, if I go out to eat and I see somebody with that big old thing on their face, I don't want them serving my food. I can't kiss my daughter's face off anymore. That was like my thing. Just kiss your face off. You know what I mean? Just, I don't know. It's sad.
The fall.
They haven't mentioned, does the strains match? Well, I want to know how she truly knows that she got herpes from that spit.
Loud is tough for Jenica's mother-in-law, Patricia Dollarhite, to even talk about.
I'm sorry. When we were leaving today, my son was sitting at my table eating breakfast, and he wanted a kiss. Bye. But he could not have one. So you bet I'm angry. I see what it's doing to my grandchildren, to my son, to my husband. I don't want to kiss my husband. He ate the food. Because he hasn't had an outbreak doesn't mean he don't have it.
The family attorney, Will Blocker, says he's floored that it appeared to be accepted behavior, as no other witness employees did anything.
And they let it go all the way out the door to the point my client now has a communicable disease. That has to be culture deeper than just Arby's Broken Bow, Oklahoma. Maybe it's Flynn Restaurant Group and all 300 different kinds of stores they own. I don't know, but we're going to find out.
So we reached out to Broken Bow Police about the footage, but it is a holiday, so we'll reach back out on Monday. We've also asked Arby's for comment and have not heard back yet.
This is truly crazy, y'all. How do they know? Let's get over into the AI breakdown and see if it tells us anything else, but this is crazy. We hear something new every single day, y'all. Let's get into it. So we know a former Arby's manager in Oklahoma has been charged with felony poisoning after a customer alleged she contracted oral herpes from the food that the manager spit in. So the incident occurred at the Arby's restaurant located in Broken Bow, Oklahoma. The suspect, Amanda, The manager working at the time, the customer, Janice, Janice, visited the drive-thru late at night just before closing on March 28th. Following a tip from another employee, police reviewed internal surveillance footage. The video explicitly shows her handling the sandwich meat, lowering her head, and visibly dropping saliva onto the food. Law enforcement secured an arrest warrant for her and charged her with felony poisoning with an attempt to injure. After consuming the contaminated food, the victim was diagnosed with herpes type 1, HSV1, commonly known as oral herpes. So the church and her family filed a formal civil lawsuit targeting Amanda, Arby's, and its parenting companies. The lawsuit details immense emotional distress, notes the other employees witnessed her spitting in the food but failed to intervene or stop the food from being handed to the customer. Because Church brought the food home and shared the sandwiches with her father-in-law and grandmother, the family remains in a state of high anxiety over potential virus exposure. How does she know? Is this just a thing where she's trying to blame it on somebody? The customer linked her herpes diagnosis to the contaminated food through a timeline of physical symptoms, town gossip, and a formal police investigation. So the connection is based on several key pieces of evidence. So she stated that she has never experienced a mouth flare-up, painful lesions, or cold sores in her life before the incident. Shortly after eating the roast beef sandwich on May 28th, her mouth flared up intensely. A medical doctor subsequently ran the test and officially diagnosed her with HSV1. Because Broken Bow is a small town, word of mouth traveled quickly. Church and her daughter learned that the manager, Amanda, had been actively bragging to others about spitting in her food at night. After an employee tipped off the authorities, the Broken Bow police pulled the restaurant's security cameras, and that's where they saw it. Public records do not yet confirm if she has been tested positive for HSV, as medical reports are protected by private law. However, the criminal and civil cases rely on high probability of her status due to several factors: active arrest warrants, Broken Bow police warrants charge her with felony poisoning with attempt to injure. The law enforcement generally files these specific charges when there is a probable cause to believe of a hazardous or infectious agent was intentionally introduced. If she denies having the virus, the court can compel her to submit a blood test during the discovery phase of civil lawsuits. The test will officially confirm or deny if she has HSV1. To secure a conviction or win, prosecutors and the victim's legal team must ultimately prove that she carries the virus and transmitted it through her saliva. So can they match the strains? I might be thinking of something different, but yes, they can absolutely and can use advanced genetic testing to match specific strains of HSV1 to prove the source of the transmission. Okay, good. Now we're understanding. So they haven't officially tested her yet, or they haven't announced any test results yet that she officially has HSV. But think about this now, y'all. Now let's say she's right. Then yes, she needs to be 100% charged with the spreading of the deadly. She needs to be charged either way if she has HSV or not. We got to get that out the way. But the fact is, what if she doesn't have HSV? Does that mean she got it from somewhere else? Would that then say that she was doing something dirty? That's just a little food for thought. But in general, we still got to remember that no matter what you think, that this person is despicable. You can't be spitting in somebody's food, and you need to be held responsible for it. And if you're doing that while knowing you have a disease that can transfer to other people, you deserve even harsher penalties. But let me know your thoughts on that situation, y'all. Let me know if you disagree with anything I said. There's a lot of disgusting people in this world, y'all. But this is why we got to review this stuff together.